Well, look at this beautiful day we have here. Not a cloud in the sky. And today's adventure, we are greeted by some more gorgeous flowers like we saw in the last video. However, today's adventure is not about these. It is about this building right here, the Dakota County Historical Society. There is a cool museum inside of those walls that we are going to check out today. Well, hello there, and welcome to another beautiful day for an adventure here in South St. Paul at the Dakota County Historical Society and Museum. I have been here once before, back when I was running my second channel, and there was two views of that video, one by me and one by my friend Kylie PL9. Thanks, Kylie PL9. So now I thought I'd come here on my main channel and do an adventure because there are indeed some cool things inside of these walls. And so welcome to another edition of Tommy Travels. It's Tommy Travels. This should be really fun, you guys. If you are brand new to this channel, go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss out on a thing. And come on with me, let's go see what there is to see. And if you're looking to visit this location, the museum hours are Wednesday through Friday 9 to 5, Thursday 9 to 8, and Saturday 10 to 3. Last time I was here, it was in the dead of winter, so I didn't get to see all of the beautiful plant life and flower arrangements that they have out front. Looks like this one is right from the 4th of July. Well done. Here's where we came into the museum. And then check this out. This place is much bigger than it looks like from the outside. They've got this mural on the wall of Dakota County, which I love murals, if you don't know already. And I like how the other side of the wall is built to look like the outside of a house with those windows. And what I really like is the map on the floor. Is a map of Dakota County. And you can just kind of walk through here, and we're in Apple Valley now. Burnsville is right over here. That's the Burnsville Mall. This is where I went to high school. And then we are up more in this area towards Inver Grove Heights and West St. Paul, right through there. I got to give you a little tour without having to even get into the car. Nowadays, we don't really give a second thought about a woman's right to vote. And it's easy to forget sometimes that there was a hard-fought battle from women like these who dedicated a lot of their time and hard work and energy to make it all possible. This is Carrie Chapman Catt, founder of the League of Women's Voters and suffrage leader responsible for the winning strategy leading to the passage of the 19th Amendment. And Clara Euland, president of the Minnesota Women's Suffrage Association and first president of the League of Women's Voters Minnesota in 1919. And Marguerite Wells, president of the League of Women's Voters Minnesota and president of the National League 1934 to 1944. They even have a campaign sign from back in those days. Minnesota denies the vote to criminals, lunatics, idiots, and women. Is this chivalry? I think not. And on the national scene, we learned that the National American Women's Suffrage Association, NAWSA, was formed in 1890. And Elizabeth Cady Stanton was its first president, who was succeeded by none other than Susan B. Anthony. And she went around the country speaking at meetings like the 1897 Conference of National Leaders and the 1901 NAWSA Convention, both held in Minneapolis. And this is an actual letter from Susan B. Anthony herself, with her signature right there at the bottom. That is very cool. Thank you all for your hard work and fighting the fight to make it all happen. Here's the area that we have been looking at, and then it opens up into a whole nother section with lots of other things to see. And the first display shows the opening of the St. Paul Union Stockyards. And as trains were becoming more readily available, ranchers started shipping cows through the railway rather than driving them across the country. This little train marked the end of the 1,000-mile cattle drive. And there's a cowboy hee-hawing right in front of the hotel there. We were just talking about the movement going on about women gaining the right to vote, but there was also another movement about getting rid of the old alcohol. 36 states can stop this by constitutional amendment, putting the mortgage on the cradle. And look at this. This guy represents the saloon. There's a saloon right there. And inherited appetite for liquor. I like these old ads that they ran, political cartoons from back in the day. They really were very poignant. And of course, not everybody agreed with the prohibition of alcohol. That is for sure. And so, like any good history museum, this one has a still. I think this one was confiscated by Roscoe P. Coltrane. They even have an authentic blacksmith shop with all of the tools that go along with it. Like the bellows, water barrel, of course an anvil, the forge, everything a person would need back then, including plenty of horseshoes. They have all these little tiny rooms back here, but on the inside they are very detailed, which give you the feel of walking right into the room, like this old drugstore. Look at all of the little elixirs and potions and things that people would need. Maybelline mascara. Look at that on the top shelf there. They even have leeches. Wow, that'll cure what ails ya. Here's a bedroom from the early days. Little bed with a quilt, and there's a period piece dress that a woman would wear, and the nice dresser. And I like the flowery wallpaper. It just screams early 1900s. And here's an old kitchen. Cooking during the war. Look at that oven. It's got drawers instead of a stovetop. Wow, and then an advertisement for Jell-O on top. And now Libby's chefs surprise us with their new ideas for beans. Look at that. And of course, looking into this window, they have an old grocery store. Look at that cash register and all of the things behind on the shelf. It's kind of hard to see through the window here, but they've got some premium saltines. Gold dust, I'm not sure what that is. Coffees. And there are some, the meat section, the butcher shop right over there, it looks like. And then of course there's the old dental chair with all of the equipment that goes along with it. Look at that. Something tells me this was a much more painful experience than it is these days. Not that it isn't painful now, but back then, wow. And look at this, they've even got a shelf of false teeth and teeth molds. They really did a good job with this one. And as long as you're going to the dentist, you may as well stop by and get your hair cut. You can get a haircut for 15 cents and a shave for 10 cents. They've got all of the material, and look at that comfy chair. Looks like a very pleasant place. And of course, back in these days, as you walked around town doing your shopping and getting your teeth drilled and your hair cut, you always had to watch out for Linus. always coming up and trying to sell you some snake oil. He makes it seem so convincing, but not today, Dr. Linus. I'm keeping my wallet with me. And they've got this old-timey piano. You can almost hear the saloon music playing on it. And then right in back of that, look at these stained glass windows. This is going to be like walking right into church. And then when you walk in, they have little pews that you can sit down and just reflect and take in the beautiful views of Dakota County and South St. Paul. Well, this has been another successful adventure here today at the Dakota County Historical Society in South St. Paul. And if you guys like what you saw here today, go ahead and hit like on my YouTube channel. While you're at it, go ahead and hit subscribe and the little bell notification next to it so you can be the first to know when a new adventure comes out. And thank you guys so much for the support that you've given me so far. And until next time, I hope to catch you on the flip side.